Hello, people of the universe. I did a video like this a while ago, but this is another video like this. This is a video called Bands You Need to Check Out Part 2. These are some bands I've been listening to recently that I feel like you need to check out, so let's get this list started. This is a band called Plastic People of the Universe. They are a Czechoslovakian, anti-communist band from the around late 60s, mid 70s. They were at that time in Czechoslovakia. I think his name's like Alexander Dubček went into office. Forgive me if I say the names wrong. And turned the country into communism or something like that. They did not like that, so they said, "Hey, screw you." And they wrote songs against the communist government. What they did to Czechoslovakia is kind of like what the Velvet Underground did to New York. They also, another big influence to them was Velvet Underground. You know what? Let's talk about the Velvet Underground too as second band on this list. Their first two records were great. Their other stuff was meh. But Velvet Underground was one of the first bands to really be noisy and be loud and be very atonal. If you don't know what atonal is just a fancy way of saying there ain't no key, so do whatever you want. A lot of atonal music consists of like 12-tone rows, stuff like that. So essentially, me doing this, let me just grab my guitar. Okay, not, let me grab the acoustic. You know, imagine being a girl, okay? Or maybe you are a girl. You walk over and you see a guy holding a guitar. You know, I'm not a girl, I wouldn't know. But, you know, isn't that kind of cute when a dude's holding a guitar? This is just me asking. You know, it's kind of, you know, I guess girls find it cute when guys are holding little dogs saying, "Oh, he's so cute." Now, imagine going up to him and be like, "Oh, you play the guitar?" He's like, "Yeah, I play the guitar." "Oh, can you play some? Okay, here's some music I wrote." Technically played you some complex music, and if I was a girl, I'd hit that. Some girls don't find that attractive, though. I don't know why. But guys, if you find a girl that's into stuff like that, you keep her. That's what atonal music is. This music without a real key center. And the Velvet Underground did that best. Often, like, taking songs and just completely changing them by just atonal and feedback noised improvisations. Although a lot of people think it was Lou Reed doing all the work in the band. After John Cale got fired after their second album by Lou, the band just wasn't the same. They weren't the Velvet Underground anymore. And the third band I have to talk here is a band called Mothers of Invention. This was a band Frank Zappa was in, so it's bound to be pretty weird. Mothers of Invention, Frank Zappa was a bit of a oddball when it came to influential music that he liked. He didn't grow up listening to what the kids those days like, whatever that was big on the radio then, back when he was a kid. He was into classical composers, but not like Beethoven and Mozart and the likes, you know, the ones that everyone knows. He was more into composers like Edgar Varese, Bela Bartok. What was the other guy's name? Oh, Ivor Stravinsky. I'm not sure if it's Igor. I think it's Ivor Stravinsky. What was the other? There was another guy on there. I'm trying to think who it was. I can't think who it was, but someone else. And these composers were very influential on him. They also did atonal music, kind of like that. Like the 12-tone rose and the stuff like that. And that's the kind of classical music I prefer. I don't like Beethoven and the likes. I prefer the beginning of the 20th century composers like that. That's my classical composers that I like. That was what he liked. He also liked doo-wop music and soul music. You like it when I shake the camera around a lot. Pretty cool, isn't it? And zoom in a lot. What did this video turn into? I'm so tired doing this stupid math homework on last problem. I don't feel like doing it. I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep, man. 10:42, but whatever. But yeah, Frank did some weird music. He did with the Mothers of Invention. I would recommend We're Only in It for the Money and Absolutely Free. Those two records are amazing. Yeah. Other than that, I'm not really... I don't know a lot of their other music. I'm trying to think of another band to put on here so this video is 10 minutes long. Copyright notice for me. What song is that? I can't think. I can't think of any other bands to put on here, so instead I'm gonna mumble some crap about music. Here King Crimson's gonna be releasing all their stuff for streaming platforms by the end of June 16th, or June 16th. By June 16th, all 13 of their studio records, from their debut to their latest album, which was back in 2003, so not really latest, but you know what I mean, will be available, so that's something to look forward to. I can't think of any other bands that I think people need to check out. I feel stupid because let's see what we have in terms of CDs. I'm gonna go over here where my cassette tapes lie. I'm gonna look for something over here. See if we can find anything. Oh, you know what? I got another band. Probably the more popular bands on this list. Genesis, or at least Peter Gabriel era of Genesis. Back like albums like Foxtrot, Nursery Crime, Sun England by the Pound. Lies Down on Broadway was alright. Their debut. Other than that, yeah. They had some great music. The Collins produced some alright music with them. You know, they're two more Genesis-y albums, and Steve Hatchett left, and the band was like, hey, she has an invisible touch. We have money touch. It's like King Midas. We gonna touch the song, it's gonna turn into gold. We gonna make loads of money. We sell outs now, yay! And so they sold out, unfortunately. But the Peter Gabriel era of Genesis I like. The one thing about the Collins era I'll give them is the complexity. Like the song Dance on the Volcano. The different signature swaps throughout this song is crazy, bro. Begins in 4/4. Then next measure is 2/4, and then the drums and the keyboard kick in for a measure of 11/16. Rick Beato did a video about the song. That's kind of how I know all this. bum 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 bum. Da-da-da. That's 11/16. Then goes into the same 4/4 to 2/4, then to 11/16, and then it does a measure of 7/8, and then the 11/16. I think it does more 7/8. It builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, and then it plays. And then it goes into this part where it's like da 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 da, which is 4 measures of 7/8, and then 4 measures of 7/4, and then I think it goes into a section of 6/4, but he's not accenting the 1. He's accenting the and of 6, which is an eighth note away from the 1. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Otherwise, that song is crazy. Signatures change a lot. That's only like the first minute or 2 of it. It's crazy, but it's pretty good. So check these bands out now.